schmuck in the toilet.
Why?
Because I like to yellow mellow brown down. My back hurts.
Put some comment on it.
Do we have comment?
I think we do.
Okay, go get the comment.
Oh, it suddenly turned into my responsibility now.
Yep. We made it, but let's rewind and figure out how we all got here.
Let's take it a step back.
Let's take it a step back to moving day.
We're out. That sucked so bad.
Moving just sucks, no matter how minimalistic you are.
We're empty.
We are empty on the inside of our bodies, and we're empty on the inside of our
Wow. So we're out of here. This is the last day here in America for the next
4 months, at least 4 months.
At least 4 months. We don't know what we're gonna do after.
Let's see where the wind takes us.
But yeah, we leave tomorrow morning.
Bright and early.
Bright and early.
How do you feel right now?
I don't know. I'm not thinking about anything. I don't even think about moving, like going there.
I know, it's so hard to hold two big things at once.
And we still have to go to the gym. I still have to go to climb, to train, because I still have a competition that I have to think about that I haven't even thought about. It's just kind of overwhelming. But moving is done. We're done. Our storage unit, I can't believe everything fit.
You want to show them the storage unit?
I'll show them the storage unit. Perfect. And I don't know how we made it work.
Not a day that I would repeat. Would you repeat that one? Although there will be more moves in the future that we will have to repeat.
I just think that we need to kind of better situate ourselves and not have it go to the last day of clean up, and just getting all the last minute things and just kind of.
Yeah.
I think in the mix of all of that, we still, it was just.
Let's just say it was a day of a little bit of built up frustration.
Or to me?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You were frustrated with me?
And you were frustrated with me that I wasn't more proactive about cleaning and putzing around in more proactive ways.
Yeah.
But I think I was of the mind that it's moving. There's going to be last minute things. That's just inherent to moving, and it sucks. No matter how you're gonna cut it, you could be just so gung-ho about all the details, but then there's gonna be the day that the move out is.
Yeah. I think in my mind, I was maybe wanting to move out all we do is just, our run through was at noon, I think, around.
Yeah.
And I think I just wanted it to be smooth. I would have already had everything out of there and we would have just chilled until that run through, but that's not how it was. I mean, I think we woke up at 7 or 6 in the morning, had a mission. We loaded our mattress on the bed or on the Xterra.
We slept on our bed the night before we moved out officially.
Yeah.
I think there was a part of me that was I haven't told you this, exhilarated. I was let's go.
Really?
Yeah.
That last day?
Yeah, that last day I was we got a timeline, and I love timelines.
I think I was just exhausted.
Well, yeah, I was also exhausted, but I think my exhaustion reared its head in the form of, let's do this, and your exhaustion reared its head in the form of shutting down.
I think I was shutting down. Yeah, I really think I was.
I saw you shut down. I saw the demise. Those little toys that are hung together by a little string, and at the base of them you press the button and they all crumble.
Yeah.
The button was pressed and you were actively in slow motion just disintegrating. Your strings were being pulled out from your body.
I think I was just tired of moving heavy crap around.
That's fair.
The storage unit even was
a masterpiece that you made work.
we got a 10 by 10. I can't believe that our stuff even fit in there.
Yeah, I would say maybe word to the wise, if you have a moderately lived-in 2-bedroom apartment, get a little bigger than a 10 by 10, or be really certain in your Tetris capabilities.
Yeah, and I think we have a copious amounts of gear. Just
Bins
gear.
of
Gear.
backpacks on backpacks on backpacks.
Yeah.
In case we build a little miniature army and we need to equip them all with little backpacks.
Yeah, I can provide a small army of of just outdoor gear.
Really high quality backpacks, actually. This army would be outfitted quite well.
I don't know what's up with the backpack thing. I mean, I think our group was just really into backpacks, like Strat. He designed his own backpack. You know what it was called?
Strat Pack.
The Rad Pack. I'm not kidding, it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, hence the issue with the number and quantity of backpacks. So anyway,
No.
let's just say we divided and conquered in evolutionarily aligned ways, where Johnny moved the big stuff and I got the details.
Yeah, I think I was just tired, and we filled our storage unit, and in between that time we had to maintain I had to keep training. Like I was training up until the last days of us leaving. It wasn't about okay, like this week is dedicated to moving and figuring out logistics and all this other stuff. It's like, no, I have a competition in like a week still. And we're moving out of our apartment, and we're moving to Europe for 6 months or whatever. So yeah, we just had a lot to do with all of that stuff. And I think I was just mentally exhausted. And knowing that we had a really long travel day ahead of us, I was just like, well, I'm not getting a break until
No, we didn't get a
comp.
break.
No, but you, I think you went on a hike.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's I don't know, put a little exclamation point on my first little saga in Salt Lake City with a little solo hike. So I did this hike called Jack's Point. Taking one of my last hikes at a place called Jack's Mountain. Being new to Salt Lake City, I'm like just trying to get my feet a little wet as far as what the hiking truly entails here. But yeah, just finding some moments of solitude before we embark on Wednesday. Today, as I speak, is Saturday morning. I think, these moments of solitude are imperative to kind of get my head on straight before taking a big plane ride jaunt across the ocean. As anyone can attest to, traveling at all, but particularly traveling with one or more people, doesn't really lend itself to a lot of solitude. All Trails was correct in that it's a short but tough hike where you are going uphill at elevation for the whole thing. And there's definitely waves. I was very fearful because I was alone and no one else was out there because it was the middle of the day and it was probably 95 degrees. Where I was like, what kind of animals live out here? What if I get stung by a bee?
Are you allergic to bees?
And it would hurt. It would kind of suck.
Yeah. Have you ever been stung by a bee?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm not gonna anaphylactic,
Yeah.
I don't think. But it was a beautiful hike, and then you got to the top and you got to see all of these letters that people wrote to Jack. I don't know who Jack is.
You got to read a bunch of diaries.
I got to read a bunch of diary entries.
Is that what you're supposed to do though?
You're supposed to read it. Yeah, it's a mailbox up there.
Yeah, but are you supposed to read through, rifle through their memoirs and stuff?
I mean, I'm a human. I'm rifling. I'm going to rifle.
Yeah.
Final stretch. Like mailboxes. And there's mail. Now we're gonna open up to the journal entries. Jack will always be memorized. Jack will always be memorized. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I get yeah. That's
Had a little, moment, took a few deep breaths, then looked at the watch and I was like, it's time to go get my eyebrows done. So
You had a U day.
Oh yeah, it was so great. And I mean, in addition to the hiking, we were still training and doing probably some of the latest training days that we've ever done. I mean, there were some 9:30 p.m. days, and then you closed down the gym with Braden one of the nights at 10 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're just learning. I think that's a learning thing in our relationship.
Sure.
This is not going to be the first time of us moving out somewhere. You know, we have expectations individually. We just need to meet them in the middle.
Yeah.
As a unit.
Yeah. We did a solid vibes check afterwards to be like, so what went wrong?
Yeah.
Because you were shutting down and I was mirroring you shutting down, and then we synced up and got pretty clear about, I think, what we each respectively needed.
Yeah, vibes check. This is our definition right here. So that's what we do in our relationship. We do vibe checks, so everything kind of doesn't boil over.
Nothing boils over, remains as copacetic as possible.
And it's squashed after we talk about it.
And of course, some vibes checks are funner than others, but that's what you get when you love and live with someone.
But yeah, we want to hear from you guys. You know, in the next video, I compete.
You compete,
This is like,
I know.
This is like the World Cup.
This is the debut of this is your international debut.
International debut.
Wow, look at that, sexy
yeah.
mama.
This is something I've always wanted to do.
Da.
Meet people from all over the world who love climbing, who's really good at it, but also I'm competing. And this is what's crazy. I want to put this in perspective. And I don't know if I put this in perspective for you too.
Go for it.
So some of these climbers were really good.
Really good before their injury.
Before their injury, yeah. Like they were professional climbers.
Yeah.
Some were prodigies.
Like 5-point bajillion.
like they would climb 514 outside.
Yeah.
And they had an injury, and now they're climbing in the para climbing. So I'm someone that's going into this that wasn't professional, that already had my disease, that kind of adapted to the way I needed to climb to get good or better.
Yeah.
But man, this is something I'm like, this is really cool for me to like experience, not only to be a competitor, but to compete against these guys. And because I have tremendous respect for them. And some of them are coaches that, you know, they coach like Alex Magos and all these other amazing climbers.
The hotshot names.
Yeah. So that's what I'm really excited about. Innsbruck is a huge climbing place for everyone. They love their sports. And
so they say. We haven't checked it out yet, but
yeah, bigger production, bigger everything. We'll send out videos once we have that, but we can't wait for that next video to come out. What's your saying?
I think as it goes, like, subscribe, and
join us for the ride. We'll see you later.
bye guys.
Bye.